Faith is one of the most important aspects of our spiritual life. But if we are honest, we need to admit that it is not always easy to maintain a strong and constant faith. In moments of adversity, doubt, or distraction, many people end up moving away from the presence of God without realizing it. If you feel that your faith is wavering or that your connection with God is not as deep as you would like, know that you are not alone. Many people go through this, including great biblical characters. What differentiates those who have a strong and unshakable faith from those who live a fragile spirituality? The habit. Yes, faith can and should be cultivated as a daily habit. Just as an athlete trains every day to strengthen his muscles, we need to strengthen our spiritual life so that our faith becomes firm, consistent, and resistant to life's difficulties. In this video, I will guide you through a 30-day plan to develop an unshakable habit of faith. If you follow this plan diligently, you can experience a new level of intimacy with God and unshakable confidence in His purpose for your life. So stay with me until the end, because this journey can transform your spirituality forever. What is faith? Faith is often misunderstood. Some people think that having faith is simply believing in God, but biblical faith goes far beyond that. The Bible teaches us in Hebrews 11:1, "Now faith is the assurance of things we hope for and the evidence of things we do not see." This means that faith is not based on what we feel, what we see, or the circumstances around us. Faith is trusting God even when everything seems to be against us. Think of Abraham, for example. God promised him that he would have a son and that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. But he and his wife were elderly and had no children. The promise seemed impossible. However, Abraham believed in God without needing to see immediate proof. True faith drives us to act based on trust in God and not on what our natural eyes see. Why does faith need to be cultivated? Many people treat faith as something passive, something that simply comes and goes according to circumstances. But that's not true. If we want a strong and unshakable faith, we need to cultivate it intentionally. Imagine someone who wants to have a strong body. If this person decides to train only when they feel motivated, they will never see real progress. The same happens with our faith. If you want to grow spiritually, you need nourish your faith daily through reading the Bible and prayer. Avoid everything that weakens your faith, such as distractions and negative influences. Exercise your faith through practice, trusting God in the small and large decisions of your life. Faith grows when it is put into practice. And that's exactly what we're going to do with our 30-day challenge. Now that we understand the importance of cultivating faith, let's get to the practical plan. This challenge is structured in 4 weeks, each focused on an essential aspect of strengthening your faith and building a more intimate relationship with God. If you follow this plan with dedication, you will see significant changes in your spiritual life. Week 1. Foundations of Faith. This first week will be the foundation of your walk. Here are the daily practices you should adopt. Prayer and biblical. Reading book at least 10 to 15 minutes daily for prayer and reading the Word. Choose a fixed time and be consistent. Choose a verse a day to meditate on. Write it down, reflect, and ask yourself, how can I apply this verse to my life? Creating an environment conducive to spirituality. Avoid unnecessary distractions. Choose a quiet place and eliminate noise that could disrupt your communion with God. Pray before every decision of the day. Develop the habit of consulting God before acting. This will strengthen your trust in Him. Week 2. Strengthening the mind and heart. Now that your spiritual routine is established, let's delve deeper into it. Spiritual diary. Write down your daily prayers, reflections, and testimonies. This will help you see how God has worked in your life. Practice of gratitude. List 3 things you are grateful for every day. Gratitude strengthens faith by reminding us of God's blessings. Release of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the greatest challenges of faith. Ask yourself, is there someone I need to forgive? Week 3. Applying faith in daily life. Now, your faith needs to be practiced in concrete actions. Practice intentional acts of love for others, Help someone, pray for a friend, extend a hand to those in need. Give your worries to God whenever you feel fear or anxiety. Pray and trust in the Lord. Challenge yourself to trust God more. Do something that requires faith, like donating money to someone in need without worrying about your own finances. Week 4. Transformation and commitment. Now that you've created a habit of faith, it's time to consolidate it. Share your experience. Tell someone about how God has transformed your life. Reaffirm your commitment to God. Decide that this new lifestyle will be permanent. Keep growing spiritually. Always seek to learn more and delve deeper into the Word. During the challenge, you may face difficulties such as lack of time, discouragement, or doubts. Here are some strategies to help you stay strong. Pray even when you don't feel like it. Feed your faith daily with the Word. Surround yourself with people who encourage you spiritually. Remember, faith is not an event. It is an ongoing process. In the first segment of this guide, we talked about the importance of cultivating faith daily, and we establish a practical plan to help you build a strong and consistent spirituality. Now let's go delve even deeper into each aspect of this process, discussing the most common barriers that prevent people from developing firm faith and how to overcome them. We will also explore how the environment around you can influence your spiritual walk and how you can shape your routine to live a life guided by faith. If you want to transform your relationship with God, strengthen your trust in Him, and learn to live by faith every day, then stay with me on this journey. During the creation of a new habit, whether spiritual or not, there are challenges that may arise along the way. Many people start out enthusiastic, but soon encounter difficulties that make them give up or lose faith. Let's examine the biggest challenges and how to overcome them to ensure you can establish a lasting spiritual habit. 1. Lack of time. Many people say that they don't have enough time to invest in your spiritual life. But the truth is that time is not something we find. It is something we prioritize. If we are honest, we will realize that we spent hours every day on social media, watching TV, or carrying out activities that don't add much value to our lives. How to solve. Set aside a fixed time of day for your connection with God. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, or take advantage of the break between activities to say a prayer and meditate on the Word. Use technology to your advantage. Listen to the Bible on audio while driving. Listen to praise while working, or follow short devotions on your cell phone. The truth is that if something is important to you, you will make time for it. Lack of motivation and consistency. Another major obstacle is the difficulty of maintaining the routine. In the first few days, everything feels new and exciting, but after a few weeks, the excitement can wane. This happens because every new habit goes through a period of adaptation before it becomes natural. How to solve. Commit for 30 days, no excuses. Regardless of how you feel, do your part every day. Use visual reminders. Post verses on your bedroom wall, set an alarm for your time with God, or write an appointment in your journal. Connect with people who inspire you. Motivation increases when we have someone to share our journey with. The Bible teaches us that faith is not just a feeling, but a daily discipline, for we live by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7-3. Doubts and uncertainties. Many people abandon the walk of faith because they feel doubts about God, about His will, and even about their own beliefs. If you have ever had moments where you questioned your faith, know that this is completely normal. Even Jesus' disciples faced doubts. But the key to overcoming them is not in avoiding them, but in we seek answers in the Word of God. How to solve. Study the Bible in more depth. Many doubts arise because we do not truly understand who God is. Pray, even when you are confused. Ask God for wisdom and understanding. Seek knowledge from reliable sources. Read Christian books, join study groups, and talk to spiritual leaders. Doubts are opportunities for us to grow spiritually. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all freely and willingly, and it will be given to him. James 1:5. Our spiritual life. It is not isolated from the rest of our routine. The environment around us directly influences our growth in faith. If we are constantly surrounded by distractions, negative influences, and content that weakens our faith, it will be much more difficult to maintain a connection with God. Look how you can transform your environment to strengthen your spiritual walk. Have a prayer and meditation space. Choose a place in your home where you can connect with God without distractions. It could be a corner of your bedroom, a comfortable chair in the living room, or even an outdoor space. Place elements in this space that reinforce your faith: a Bible open to a significant verse, a spiritual diary for notes and reflections, instrumental music or praises that help with concentration. Take care of what you consume, what you read, watch, and listen to. It has a huge impact on your mind and heart. If you spend more time consuming secular content than eating spiritually, your faith will naturally weaken. Here are some ways to maintain healthy consumption for your faith. Read books that strengthen your spiritual walk. Choose music that uplifts your spirit. Avoid content that feeds anxiety, fear, and negativity. Remember, what you put into your mind shapes your life. Above all, that should be guarded. Guard your heart, for from it come the sources of life. Proverbs 4:23. When you develop an unshakable habit of faith, everything in your life changes. Here are some areas that will be directly impacted. Relationships. A firm faith helps you have more patience, forgiveness, and understanding in your relationships. You start to see people with more love and grace. Decision-making. When you learn to trust God, your choices are no longer based on fear or impulsiveness. You begin to make decisions with wisdom and direction. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5-3. Emotional life faith strengthens your mind and emotions, bringing peace amid difficulties and hope even in the most challenging moments. Now that you know all the tools you need to build an unshakable habit of faith, the decision is in your hands. If you really want to transform your spiritual life, start this 30-day challenge today. Write in the comments, "I accept the challenge," so we can follow your journey. If this video helped you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content that strengthens your faith. May God bless you and strengthen your journey. See you in the next video.